For more tips and tricks, don't forget to hit that button and subscribe. Also, ring the bell so you can get notifications anytime I have new videos. How many times have you changed your lens or changed your bulb on any vehicle? I don't care what it is. And 2 weeks later, you find out it's burnt out. And you change the bulb, it burns out again. Well, let me tell you something. 99% of the time, it's an easy fix. Here's my old headlight I pulled off my Dodge truck. I replaced them with some spider lights that I bought from realtruck.com. When you go to remove your light bulb, okay, you know you turn it and it pulls out. To release it, you have to push this lever down and pull it. And if it doesn't totally release and you pull it out, you could break that little tab. What you need is this little piece to release from there when you push it down right here. You see it moving? Now, if this is messed up or old, it sometimes will not go all the way down like it's supposed to. And when that happens, it stays locked onto this light bulb. Right here, this little tab. You pull it, you break this loose, and then when you push it back in, it does not stay tight. What happens then? You have a loose connection, vibration over a week or two. It causes this bulb to burn out because this is really hot. You have to have a really nice tight connection, and if that loosens up, it arcs and blows this. Chances are it's not going to be in your harness. It's going to be right where the connection is because that's usually where they fail anyway. I'm going to take this and break it and just show you what I'm talking about because I don't need this. We'll break it off. We'll push this back in all the way, and now it just pulls right out. It doesn't lock on there. I always put a little dielectric grease on it, and you put it around the ends, and I'll put it on the connections too. Don't gob it all in there, but if you put a little bit in there, it keeps that from corroding. I would rather have a little bit of grease on here to keep this from corroding, and this grease is made for that, than not have anything on there and this corrodes, and then you get a bad connection and this will blow out as well. Because this is outdoors, so you want to use dielectric grease. Don't squirt it deep into there, put a little bit on the top and around here. That helps keep moisture out. It helps keep these lubricated so they do not blow. All right, we're gonna get past that, and I'm gonna show you how I fixed my Dodge truck 2 years ago, and it still works fine. If I need to change my plug out, I will. But a super quick fix is to take an old piece of rubber, glove, or anything like this, and I'm gonna take a little piece off of here. I'm doing this on a table because I want you guys to see exactly how it's done. Now that it's in there, I can take my bulb and I will push it right on there. Let's get this straight. Once you get it in there, when you push it in tight, it is not going to move. That glove keeps it really tight, and the vibration will not take it loose because it's rubber. That really works, guys. Believe me. Try this before anything. Or if you see that it's broken and you want to change this, it's a simple fix. We're going to do that as well. I'm going to show you another way to fix it if you want a permanent solution. You go to your local automotive store, you look up the number, or you bring your bulb and you match it up. They will look at the number here and they'll match up a plug for it. Super simple, $5, and we'll put this on. This is an easy fix as well. Now you see, different ones will lock different ways. This one right here, you have to pull it back to lock it. If it's broken there, I will take it and tuck it in here or on the end here, as long as I do not cover my connections with the rubber. You want to make sure it gets a good connection. And you don't want to break these prongs trying to shove it in there if your glove is over the connections. This is your harness. You see how the wires line up? Make sure that you mark them or take a picture of it just like this with your phone. That way you know which way it goes on. I will take this and lay it the same way, okay? So this part is my clip, and you can see we will line them up to where they're the same. Set them down like this. You see this is lined up this way with my blue on that side. That's what I would do. I would lay it just like this. My black wire will line up with my blue. The middle black wire here will go with the green, and my brown will go with the red. This is a quick splice. Let me open it up and you can see the slot goes all the way through. Another one has a partial slot, so you'll shove it in one way until it touches. Then you'll close this, grab some pliers, and pinch that down. Once you pinch that down, this metal goes into both wires, so you don't even have to strip them. Once it does that, you snap it over, it locks it, it stays in place. That is a super simple way. So we're going to do this one first, and then I'm going to show you how to solder it if you guys want to solder it. So we'll take this one. We set it all the way through. That's the one that goes all the way from one end to the other. It's open, right? And it doesn't matter if it sticks out on that side. I'm really not worried about it. So the blue will go right in to this side over here till it touches. Now, the blue's all the way in and the black is through. I'm going to grab a set of lineman pliers, put it on there and squeeze it. That's all there is to it. You saw how I squeezed them down? You lock this and now it's in there. It's not going anywhere. You would do the same thing for all your wires. I'm going to snip this off real quick and we're going to go ahead and solder it. Okay, I'll take my blue and black one again, and we're going to strip them real quick. I'm going to take and put a rubber sleeve on here. Now this sleeve is a little bit big. I don't need that much, so I'll cut it in half. And you'll see what I'm going to do with that in just a minute. We will get this out of the way. This is a shrink wrap. It's going to melt right on there and seal this up. Let me get this puppy real quick. Can't see real well. I don't have great eyes. Just make a V right there. Separate this one. Put my V together like that. Back it up just a little bit and twist them. We want electrical soldering wire, not plumbing. I'll put it on there and heat it up a little bit. Make sure my wire's nice and hot. Take it on there and rub it around. Now you can see it's on there really well. I can pull it around, it's not going to come off. My next thing is to pull the sleeve, and I pull it to where it's in the middle, and we'll just heat it up. There you go. If you look at your sleeves, you want it to be larger, but you don't want to have it giant. If it's just a little bit larger, it's going to shrink to this really well. If it's too big, you're going to have a hard time closing it. But if it's too tight, if I put a smaller one in there that's too tight, I will have a hard time getting it over my joint. It won't slide over your solder, because your soldering is usually a little bit bigger than this anyway. So the next size up will work. You don't want to be fighting with this thing. I want you guys to totally understand what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this back off real quick, take the light out so you can see the harness. This is what I was talking about. This is your connection. Goes down into your wire harness. 99% of the time, it is not this. Unless you have an old vehicle that had problems, like I said, or if you had other electrical problems, then maybe you need to check this out. If you don't have any other problems with your vehicle, and you change lights, or you're changing your bulbs and they're popping all the time, this could be the problem. Now, the more expensive bulbs burn hotter, and they'll burn out faster. And I'm not saying they're going to burn out in a week, but the longer lasting bulbs are usually your least expensive ones, or less expensive ones. Sylvania has some great bulbs. I use them a lot, and in most auto parts stores have that. Now, if your connection is tight and everything's good and you don't have any corrosion on here, you still having a problem, you might want to check your harness, get a good mechanic. If you want to see how to do this, Scotty Kilmer has an excellent channel on YouTube. You really want to check this guy out. You look at this one, it's totally different than both of the ones that I dealt with. So you want to mark them. Put tape on there, do something to mark these so you know which one is which. Now, I cut it kind of close to here because I want to leave as much harness length as I can. Take that off, you can leave this length on here, and you will line them up just like I showed back there. You make sure it's up like this, and you solder these, or you use your wire connectors. If you're using the wire connectors, cut them at a different spot. Cut one here, cut the middle one further down, so you have room to tape them where they'll snap, and you don't have them all in one spot, because you'll have all this length to work with. So you can stagger your joints, okay? And you'll have this right here to work with. So you'll have plenty of room to stagger your joints on here. Doesn't matter if you have leftover wire. That's all right. You can tuck them, put a little tire wrap on here, and put them back in here. See? If you guys out there bought some aftermarket lights and you're having problems with it, go back and double check this. I bet you that's what it is. Drop a comment on me and let me know if it is. This is the moment I've been waiting for. I wanted you guys to tell me how long it would take to get one of these headlights out, to remove my grill and the stuff I need to get this headlight out so I can change the bulb. And I was using a handheld screwdriver by MegaPro. I bought my lights from realtruck.com, and they have over 300,000 different products for your trucks. Cool stuff. They even have financing where you have 0% interest on it. At the end of the video, if you see your name as a winner, make sure you go to Paulstoolbox.com and leave me your mailing information, because I cannot mail it to you if I don't have your information. Go! Boom! All right, that's out the way. Screwdriver. Two down. Three. One more on the top of here. Whoa, come on. Don't lose no time there. All right. Remember, my hand has to go all the way down at the bottom. Pull. All the way down at the corner. Pull. All right. Base. All right. All I have to do now, pop that clip out, let it fall. Reach for the wall of it, get to the end, push the clip up. 131.10. Well, here are my winners. I'm not going to say lucky winners because you earned it. I went to 100s when I asked people to put the number in, because if I had two people that had the same numbers or the same time, I had to narrow it down to the hundreds, and I know nobody was going to get that exact. Nobody came to the exact amount of seconds either, but you did really well. So we're going to be covering other things like that later down the line. It's just fun to throw something in. I usually cover construction jobs, and I have a lot more coming up. I like to tinker around with cars and trucks, and if I do something like that, I like to have a little giveaway or maybe a little contest. It's just fun. I will see you guys on the next project. Don't forget to subscribe. If you don't mind, hit like, and I'll see y'all later.